Hello students, myself Vinita Kumbhar, teacher in Department of Mathematics, Ferguson College, Pune. Welcome you all in this session. In the previous session, we have seen the proof of the sine rule from third chapter from M1, that is the trigonometric functions. Today in this session, we solve few sums and then we go to the next rule, that is the cosine rule. For this, we use the PowerPoint presentation. Now see these different forms of the sine rule. Once again we revise because that we need while trying the sums. First is A upon sine A is equal to B upon sine B is equal to C upon sine C is equal to 2R. Then A is equal to 2R sine A, B is equal to 2R sine B and C is equal to 2R sine C, the second form. Third one is sine A upon A is equal to sine B upon B is equal to sine C upon C is equal to K. Fourth one, B sine A is equal to A sine B, C sine B is equal to B sine C and C sine A is equal to A sine C. A upon B is equal to sine A upon sine B, B upon C is equal to sine B upon sine C. Okay, amongst all, this is very, very important. No need to by heart all these forms. With this standard rule, we can write any form according to the given equations. Okay, so these forms are very, very important. You will have to memorize and recall again and again. Now we try the sums from exercise 3.2, question number 3. In triangle ABC, if angle A is equal to 45 degrees, angle B is equal to 60 degrees, then find the ratio of its sides. How many angles are given in the sum? 2 angles are given. And you are asked to find the ratio of the sides A, B and C. So, always start with the data in the solution. In triangle ABC, angle A is 45 degrees and angle B is equal to 60 degrees. Okay. Now with the knowledge, angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. You know, sum of the angles of a triangle is always 180 degrees. Now we put the values of angle A and angle B in this equation. So we have 45 degrees plus 60 degrees plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Okay, now simplify this. Therefore, angle C is equal to the addition of 60 degrees plus 45 degrees is 105 degrees. So, angle C is 180 degrees minus 105 degrees, which is equal to 75 degrees. Okay, so here we got the third angle C. Now, to find out the ratio of the sides, sine rule is very, very important because the sine rule gives the ratio of the sides with the sine of their opposite angles. Sine means sine ratio of their opposite angles. So we have A upon sine A is equal to B upon sine B is equal to C upon sine C. Clear up to this? Now the next is, whatever rule you are using, that we will have to mention in the solution. Now we use the forms of the sine rule, okay, according to the need in the solution. Now this A upon sine A equal to B upon sine B can be written as A upon B, cross multiply, is equal to sine A upon sine B, right? Similarly here, B upon, this will have to cross multiply, B upon C is equal to sine B upon sine C. Got this too? Now A is to B is to C is equal to. See, with these two ratios, we can write A is to B and B is to C is known to you. Therefore, we can write A is to B is to C is equal to sine A is to sine B is to sine C. In the ratio and proportion, something in 9th standard, you had done all these things. Okay. So here, you have learnt in standard 11, which is called as the addition formula. So that formula we apply here and that gives you sine A cos B. A is 45 degrees and B is 30 degrees. Sine A cos B, that is sine 45 degrees cos 30 degrees plus cos 45 degrees into sin 30 degrees. Cos of A and sin of B. Now these values are known to you, so substitute. So we have sin 45 degrees as 1 upon root 2, cos 30 degrees root 3 by 2, cos 45 degrees 1 upon root 2, and sin 30 degrees is 1 upon 2. This step is very important in the solution. Now we simplify further. 1 multiplied by root 3 is root 3 upon 2 into root 2 is the first term, plus 1 multiplied by 1, that is 1 here, and root 2 into 2 we got as 2 into root 2. Clear? So the base is same, or LCM we got as 2 root 2. Therefore we add the numerators. Therefore this is root 3 plus 1 upon 2 root 2. Clear? So this is the value of what? This is the value of sin 75 degrees. Clear? Now this you know, A is to B is to C is equal to sin A is to sin B is to sin C. So can we write this as A, you got this as A is to B is to C, is sin A you got, sin B also you got, and sin C. So sin A is 1 upon root 2 is to sin B root 3 by 2 is to sin C, this is root 3 plus 1 upon 2 root 2. Now we simplify this ratio as we multiply these terms by 2 root 2. Remember, we are multiplying this ratio by 2 root 2. So 1 multiplied by 2 root 2 is 2 root 2 upon the denominator is same. Okay, 2 root 3 we multiplied by 2 root 2, which is 2 root 2 into root 3 divided by 2 as it is. Right? Next is to this term multiply by 2 root 2, which is this term 2 root 2 into bracket root 3 plus 1 upon 2 root 2. Clear? Now simplify further. This root 2 and root 2 gets cancelled. This 2 and 2 gets cancelled, and root 3 multiplied by root 2 and root 3, the product is root 6. This 2 root 2 and 2 root 2 gets cancelled, and we left with root 3 plus 1, which is this step. So this we have 2 is to, the product is root 2 into root 3 is root 6 is to root 3 plus 1. Thus we got the ratio of the sides A is to B is to C is equal to 2 is to root 6 is to root 3 plus 1. So remember from this example that if all the 3 angles are given, we can find the ratio of its sides. So remember the method how we tried the sum. Okay. Now next is we move to the cosine rule. Like sine rule we had done the proof, we are having the proof of the cosine rule also. May be asked as a theory question in the board exam. Now see the statement. In any triangle ABC, we have A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A. The second statement is B square plus is equal to C square plus A square minus 2CA cos B. Like for the side A we wrote, we write for the side B also. And the third one is for the side C. C square is equal to A square plus B square minus 2AB cos C. These 3 statements we have to remember. The trick I tell you how to remember. The cyclic order you will have to follow. See what is the cyclic order. A, B, C you got here, or you may say A square, B square, C square. Here B square, C square, A square, and C square, A square, B square. Suppose you want to write for A square with the cyclic order, write down B square plus C square minus of what? Minus of 2BC and cos of angle between B and C. See, this is B and C and we have cos of angle between the sides B and C. Okay, if you want to write for B square, use the cyclic order. After B, C comes, after C, A comes. Therefore, it is C square plus A square. Follow the same procedure. Minus 2 times what? 2 times of C into A and cos of angle between the sides C and A. The sides C and A, that is cos of B. Now C square. C square is after C, A comes, after A, B comes. So it is A square plus B square minus 2 times A into B and the cosine of angle between A and B. This is B and A and angle between them is C. So these three statements you can remember as the cosine rule. Okay. Now again, as I told you, the proof may be asked in the board exam. So let us have the proof. For the first statement, we write the proof. A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A. Try to understand the proof and then write down the proof for the remaining two statements. Okay. Now we have the proof. For this, we will have to consider triangle ABC. Okay. Now, here you will have to assume or you will have to consider point A as the origin. Means, if the triangle ABC is given, then this point A will have to choose in such a way that A is always at the origin. Okay. Now, again the trick I will tell you, whenever you are trying to prove A square is equal to, then take the vertex or the angle A at the origin. Okay, the vertex always at the origin. If you want to start with B square is equal to, then take the vertex B at the origin. If you want to prove the third one, C square is equal to, then take C at the origin. So in this way you will have to remember with which step you will have to start the proof. Okay, so here we take A as the origin, x-axis along AB and the line perpendicular to AB through A as y-axis. We consider the side AB if we extend as the x-axis and through A we draw the perpendicular and that is nothing but y-axis. Clear? The coordinates of A, B and C are. Now from the geometry of the figure, as A is at the origin, the coordinates are capital A 0, 0. Right? What about this coordinates of B? These notations we already wrote. This B is on x-axis. Therefore, its y coordinate is 0 and this length AB is equal to C. Therefore, the coordinates of B are C, 0. Now, this is very, very important. The coordinates of the vertex C are B cos A, B sin A. How to find this is last year you had done in the trigonometric functions. In the circular functions you have done this. If OP makes an angle theta with positive direction of x-axis, right, and OP is equal to R, then the coordinates of point P are R cos theta and R sin theta. Last year you had done this. This is the definition of circular function or the trigonometric function you can say. So here, if this is, we are assuming as x-axis and this is the origin, this is angle A. Now, the vertex always is given by the angle A or the similarity is there, means vertex is A and the angle is also A. Vertex is C, then the angle is also capital C, like that. So here this AC is having the length B and AC makes an angle A with the positive direction of x-axis. Therefore, with the definition we can write the coordinates of C as b cos A, comma b sin A. Okay, this is very important step. Now what we have to prove? A square is equal to b square plus c square minus 2bc cos A. So we go to the next step. LHS is what? A square. Now this figure is very important, that already we drawn to the previous slide. We are finding what? A square. So this A square is equal to, the side is BC, length BC is A, therefore A square is equal to BC square, right? But the coordinates of B are C, 0 and that of capital C are B cos A, B sin A. So we use the distance formula to find out length BC. What is the distance formula? You know it is under root of x1 minus x2 bracket square plus y1 minus y2 bracket square, right? If you are finding the distance, it is under root quantity, but if you square, you will get x1 minus x2 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 the whole square. So BC square is equal to, now concentrate on the coordinates, right? So x1, that is C, x1 minus x2, that is C minus B cos A bracket square, plus y1 minus y2, that is 0 minus B sin A bracket square. So we are using the distance formula here. Now expand the brackets. First term is C square, middle term is minus 2bc cos A, and the last term is plus b square cos square A, which is this one. Here you are having only one term, that is minus b sin A and its square, which is equal to b square sin square A. Are you getting the steps? How we are following in the proof? The next step is, we have b square cos square A and b square sin square A. We can take b square common. Then the bracketed quantity is sin square A plus cos square A, or you may write cos square A plus sin square A. Two more terms are left, plus c square and minus 2bc cos A. We are simplifying this distance square, that's all. But you know cos square A plus sin square A is 1. So we have this as A square, LHS we started with A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2bc cos A. The proof is very easy to understand. The important is the figure. According to the statement, you will have to choose the vertices, maybe the origin or on the x-axis or in the quadrant. So this is the proof for A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2bc cos A. Clear? Similarly, we can prove that B square is equal to C square plus A square minus 2CA cos B. See, if you feel some rhythm is there when you say these formulae, B square is equal to C square plus A square minus 2CA cos B, right? The third one is C square is equal to A square plus B square minus 2AB cos C. So in exam, they may ask A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A, or they may ask the proof for the second or the third statement. So this is very important proof, may be asked for 3 marks. Now the cosine rule can also be stated as, see how to write, cos A is equal to B square plus C square minus A square upon 2BC. See how to find that. This term, if you look at the statement, what it is? A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A. Now this term we write to LHS. Okay, so that becomes what? Plus 2BC cos A is equal to b square plus c square, and this term a square we write to RHS. So we will get 2bc cos a is equal to c square plus b square minus a square. Now, so from LHS, this is the product between 2bc and cos a. So we cross multiply this term to the denominator in RHS. Thus there you will get cos a is equal to what? B square plus c square minus a square upon 2bc. Similarly, how will you find the formula for cos b? Cos b is equal to. Now concentrate the second result. Write down this term to LHS. That becomes 2ca cos b, which is equal to what? C square plus a square minus b square. Okay, then cross multiply this term to RHS in the denominator. So you will get cos b is equal to c square plus a square minus b square upon 2ca. Clear? And the third one. Again the same procedure we follow. We write down this term 2ab cos c to LHS. That becomes positive. See, this is very easy. So I am telling you all these things orally. You can visualize. 2ab cos c we write in LHS. That term become positive. And this c square we write to RHS. That becomes negative. So we have the equation 2ab cos c is equal to a square plus b square minus c square. This term you will get in RHS. And there is the product between 2ab and cos c. So this 2ab we cross multiply and we write in the denominator. Thus you have cos c is equal to a square plus b square minus c square upon 2ab. Okay. Now what we'll have to do is we'll have to find out or write down the proofs for the remaining two statements. What is the trick I told you? Here for the origin, we have chosen capital A as the origin. For this I told you, choose capital B as the origin. And for this result, choose capital C as the origin. Not only that, we will have to confirm the positions of the point B and C as well. Okay, because if you are considering B here, where that C and A comes, that also will have to fix. But this is possible if you try to understand the proof of the theorem, first statement. Sometimes the cosine rule may be asked in this manner. Therefore, you will have to remember these three formulae also. Now, one interesting thing is, if we consider cos A as 90 degrees, okay, if you consider cos A as 90 degrees, then you will get the figure like this. Okay, this is A, this is 90 degrees, here you will get P and here you will get C. Now, cos 90 degrees is what? Cos 90 degree is 0. Therefore, this term is 0. Right? Then you have A square is equal to B square plus C square. So, see, this side is small letter C, this side is small letter A, and opposite to the vertex B is small letter b. Okay, so what is the equation you got? A square is equal to b square plus c square when we are considering A as 90 degrees. See, this is the special case of the cosine rule, and you know this is nothing but the Pythagoras theorem you already learned. So this is also one of the proof of the Pythagoras theorem. What it is? See, the hypotenuse A square is equal to B square plus C square you got, and that is possible with the cosine rule also. So these small things we'll have to remember, which are very, very important. Okay. So, but remember one more thing is, whenever you are writing the proofs of the sine rule, cosine rule and the projection rule, the method is the oblique triangles are chosen. Right angle is not chosen while writing the proof. because for the right angle we will get the special case, and for the oblique triangles you will get the proof in the manner. So remember, whenever you are writing the proof of the theorems or the proofs of the rules, sine rule, cosine rule, projection rule, you will have to consider the oblique triangles, not the right angle triangle. Clear? So the proof you will have to do for the sine rule as well as the cosine rule. Do more and more practice. Do the revision on those, because that may be asked as a theory question. Okay. Now one more rule is left, and that is the projection rule. But before that, the different forms of the sine rule and the different forms of the cosine rule you will have to remember. Once again we recall, A upon sine A is equal to B upon sine B is equal to C upon sine C is equal to 2R. That is the sine rule. With the different forms you will have to remember. Then for the cosine rule, 3 statements you will have to remember. Either A square is equal to B square is equal to C square is equal to, or you may recall cos of A or cos of B or cos of C is equal to. You will have to do more and more revision on this, and actually you will have to by heart all the formulae. But before that, try to memorize the proof, do more revision on the proof. See, one of the important rule, that is the cosine rule, we had done the proof. Similarly, sine rule, we solved the sums on that. Now one more rule is left, and that is the projection rule, that we'll do in the next session. Thank you.